All right, man, peace. So, brothers, especially those of you brothers that happen to be fans of the LA Lakers, I expect this to be a very pivotal season for Mr. Lonzo Ball. I stated prior to this season that I thought that in order for LeBron James to become a fully engrafted member of the LA Lakers, that eventually Lonzo Ball would have to be traded. And I'm sticking to that until further notice. Of course, LeBron has come out and called Lonzo Ball a young king and all of these other pretentious titles that he gives many of the young players so that he does not come off as what he is, which is an opportunist and a narcissist. That is what LeBron James is. He's a great basketball player, but he's also a narcissist. And he wants full control. He wants all the glory, and he wants the ball in his hands at all times. So where does that leave Lonzo Ball? He's not a spot-up jump shooter. He's not someone who particularly plays well without the basketball in his hands. Nor does LeBron James. But we all know that if it comes down to Lonzo and LeBron James, it's not even going to be a question. And that's the main reason why I believe that LeBron James is talking up Lonzo. He wants to build up his confidence. It would not even shock me if they try to showcase Lonzo early on in the season, because I do believe that there's a good chance that they're going to trade him. And that brings us to Mr. Lonzo Ball. This is going to be a pivotal season for him, not just for the remainder of his tenure with the Lakers, however long that lasts, but also across the NBA. Because to be quite frank with you, when I look at his face, he does not have the countenance of someone who really wants to play basketball. I think that the pressure is starting to get to Lonzo Ball. Part of it fostered by his dad, part of it fostered by the expectations of being a Los Angeles Laker. I think that it may be getting to be a bit much. I hope that I'm wrong about that. But that's what I see when I look at his face. And once again, I'm sure that many of you brothers have heard about the so-called baby mama drama that he's going through. I'm going to be doing a video about that. I'm just quizzical as to why he would impregnate someone when he's only 20 years old. That tells me that he does not care about his future or his career as much as he should. That's what that tells me. But I'll be covering that a little bit more in depth in another video. So anyway, he recently sat down with one of the LA Lakers beat writers to speak about what he expects from himself in this up-and-coming season, as well as what he expects from playing with LeBron James and Rajon Rondo. So they're going to talk about it. I'm going to chime in.
A look at the projected Laker depth chart as it stands right now, including Lonzo Ball, starting point guard going into his second year. He had an interesting summer. Little knee procedure, revamped shot as well. He spoke with our Sean Powell in LA.
Lonzo, when did you know or have a pretty good idea that LeBron James would be your teammate? Now, this is a guy who watched your summer league game and also someone who talked to you last season. Did you have an inkling then that this could happen?
Well, he should have been known, because his father's been saying that LeBron was going to end up with the Lakers for the last 2 years. So if he says anything less than 2 years ago, he's going to be lying, because his father's been saying that LeBron was going to end up a Laker from 2 years ago.
I definitely think we always had a chance, just the fact that we're in LA, and it also helps that we have Magic upstairs. So, just very blessed to have come to this team. I would say probably midway through the season, it started looking real, and I'm happy it came true.
Is he someone you admired growing up? I'm sure he was one of your favorite players. And what's it like to all of a sudden play next to someone you admired so much?
Yeah, everybody knows. Everybody asked me that question, that he's my favorite player growing up. So it's kind of crazy, that we're on the same team now. But, we're teammates. So he's going to help me, I'm going to help him. And we're going to do what we can to get the wins.
Lonzo Ball said, he's going to help me, I'm going to help him. Well, brother, I have news for you. There's going to be a lot more of you helping him than him helping you. Because if it gets to the point where he's doing too much helping of you, he's going to help his ass up to the front office. He's going to talk to Rob Pelinka and Magic Johnson and say, let me help y'all buy this nigga a plane ticket out of here. That's how that's going to go. And in regards to his idolization of LeBron James, I state this repeatedly on this channel. Be careful with idol worship, because you might meet your hero one day and he might break your heart. All right? Sometimes your hero, if you're in close proximity with that person or in close confines with that person, he might give you a totally different image than what you thought he'd be like. That's why you're not supposed to engage in hero worship. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out a lot about LeBron James and Lonzo Ball this season.
You know, he's coming to a team with a young core. Does this young core have to adjust to him? Is there some adjustments that have to be made with him on the court?
Of course, the young players are going to have to adjust to LeBron James. I mean, come on. Give me a break. LeBron's not going to adjust to them. Number one, he's one of the top players to ever play. That's number one. Number two, he only knows how to play one style, the LeBron James system. So the first half of the season is going to be spent trying to get the young players up to snuff and up to speed on how to play with LeBron. And the pieces that become expendable are the pieces, i.e. the players, that do not play well enough with LeBron or do not learn the LeBron James system fast enough. That's what's truly going to be the most interesting thing to see this season, is how acceptable will the LeBron James system be to Rajon Rondo. That's why, once again, that is certainly a dynamic to be watched. LeBron James and Rajon Rondo.
There's always going to be adjustments, especially when you have the best player. But I think as long as we, come in practice, play hard, build a chemistry, we'll be okay. But I like the, mix we have of young guys and old guys this year.
Now, this summer you had...
Now, Lonzo said he likes the mix of young guys and old guys that they have this year. In other words, last year there were too many young guys. You can't have too many young guys on a team, because when you have players 25 years old, these are players who are going to want the basketball even if they're not good enough to demand the basketball. That's what they had last year with Jordan Clarkson. That's why I told you guys last year they were going to trade him. They were going to move him. Guys like Larry Nance, these dudes 24, 25 years old, they're not old enough to understand that they're just role players. They still think that they can be stars in the NBA. They had to be moved out. So you want a mix like what they have now. Guys who are either 32, 33 years old and trying to enjoy their last couple of years in the NBA, or players 21, 22 years old who are expected to do great things and who have tutors to learn from. But when you have 20, 21-year-old guys on the same team with 27, 28, 29-year-old guys, it's never a good mix. Look at Minnesota with Jimmy Butler and Karl Anthony Towns and Wiggins. That's just not a good mix.
Had some surgery done on your knee. You won't participate in any 5-on-5 hard drills. What can you tell us about your condition?
Conditioning needs to get back up. Obviously, I haven't been able to run. I just got cleared medically to do things now. So just progressively work to finally get to 5-on-5 and back on the court.
The other thing you really wanted to address this summer was your jump shot. Can you just tell us about that process, when it started, what did you really want to accomplish, and where's it at right now?
My jump shot, to me, I really haven't changed it. It looks a little different because I think I'm stronger now, so it's getting up to the...
Nigga, please. I saw your new jump shot. You took out a lot of that corkscrew action. You're going a little bit more vertical, straight up in the air with your shooting form. Stop trying to act like you did not change it so that you can be like, well, it's going in this year. There was never anything wrong with it. I just got stronger. Nonsense. You had to change it because at the end of the day, you can't be in the NBA with a form like that, because you can basically only shoot if you're going in one direction. If you go in another direction, then you have to wheel the ball all the way back. You're going to get stripped every time. So you basically cannot shoot off the dribble unless you're going in only a certain direction. So you had to change that.
Getting up to the rim a lot easier, a lot smoother. So that's helping a lot. But just trying to focus on my balance and holding my follow through. That's the two main things for sure.
Is that an easy thing to do, to tinker even the slightest with a jump shot?
You just got to keep it consistent. Shooting, it's the same motion over and over again. So, me shooting, coming up, I wasn't really holding my hand up that much. I was kind of just letting it go. So, you definitely got to play mind, games with your mind to keep doing it over and over again.
Do you feel you have to be a three-point shooter in this league? Is it a prerequisite now?
In today's NBA, somebody has to be able to make threes on your team. If you don't have anyone on your team in the first 6 spots that can make threes, you're not going to be able to compete at an elite level. That's the bottom line. We look at the elite teams in the NBA, they all can make threes. If you cannot make threes, you become the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Well, I feel I can shoot, so I don't think it's a problem. But yeah, definitely,
Well, a lot of people feel a lot of things, bro. It's not about what you feel; it's about what is.
The way the game's going, a lot of three-pointers are being taken, especially if you have a guy like LeBron on your team. It's going to be slashing in there. It's going to be creating open shots for you.
And speaking of LeBron and being on the court with him, he's someone who has controlled the ball a lot during his career. I would imagine that's a good thing, to be on the floor with someone like that who can also look and spot the open man. Would you agree?
Definitely.
Well, what exactly is he going to say? I don't agree. I don't want to be on the floor with LeBron James. Like, come on, man. What's Lonzo going to say? If that nigga's on the floor, keep me at the end of the bench because I can't play with him.
You know, whether I get to rebound and push it or he gets it, you know, we can always get on the break faster than a lot of teams. So we have a lot of guys on the team that can push the ball. The rest of the guys just got to run the lane, and then we should thrive in transition.
When you're on the court together, does that mean you'll play more off the ball, and are you okay with that?
He's going to have to play more off the ball. That's why they have him on the second unit, so that he can get some practice, he can get some run playing the point. Because I expect Lonzo to get anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes a game this season. So there are going to be times when he's on the floor with Rondo and with LeBron, especially if he's taking advantage of his time with the second unit. Luke Walton will start to give him more time with the first unit, especially at the end of the game, if he shows that when he's on the floor, he's making good decisions. So he's going to have to show an ability to play off the basketball, because we know Rondo and LeBron James are not good off the ball. So somebody's going to have to do it.
I think, like I said, whoever it gets is going to go. And kind of this is how I kind of played at UCLA when we had multiple point guards on the team. So, you know, I have no problem running the wing. You know, as long as we get out and run, everything should work out.
Speaking of the jump shot, if it gets to the point where you're comfortable with it this season, are there going to be some contests with Kyle Kuzma? You know, is it going to be something?
Me and Kuz, we always together, so there's going to be some sort of contest somewhere. You know, whether it's on the court or off the court, we're always with each other. So definitely, you know, have to compare a spit.
Yeah, we know y'all going to be together. Beige Brothers Incorporated.
Or are you going to throw down the gauntlet now and say you're going to win all the three-point shot contests?
I'm always taking myself over Kuz any day of the week, for sure.
Tell us about your relationship with Rondo so far. I know it hasn't been long, but you've had a chance to talk with him, probably sit and watch film, just discuss basketball. What's that been like?
Yeah, he's one of the smartest dudes I ever, talked to. You can definitely tell. You can even see it when they're playing 5-on-5 in here, just watching him. He's talking the whole time. And that's big for me because I need to, work on my vocal leadership. So he can definitely help me with that. And then, like you said, it's only been a short period of time, but we watch film and stuff, and he breaks down every move, and then it's truly amazing to see.
Rondo is the perfect guru for him because their games are very similar in regards to when you look at Lonzo Ball and you were to say, what is his ceiling? If he can ever reach the ceiling where he's a 6'6" version of Rajon Rondo in his prime, then the Lakers will be very happy with drafting Lonzo number 2 in the draft. Because people forget there was a time period where Rajon Rondo was the best point guard in the NBA.
What's the best piece of advice he's given you so far?
Well, Rondo, I don't think it's one thing. The way he teaches so much that you can pick up so much things. And like I said, the film session we watched, that's probably one of the best film sessions I ever had.
Really? Was it a specific game you watched?
It was a game that we played them at New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
So he was breaking it down, everything, what I could have did, what I should have did, and what he was doing, and it was crazy.
Is he someone you watched when you were younger, in high school, in college? I mean, because your games are somewhat similar. I mean,
No, he didn't see Rajon Rondo play at all. Rajon's only been in the NBA since 2006. Lonzo has never seen Rajon Rondo play until he got on the team. Like, give me a fucking break. What type of questions are these?
You rebound, you pass the ball, you thrive in the open floor.
Yeah, we have a very similar game. And I watched him a ton when he played for Boston. They were very fun to watch, especially when they were playing the Lakers and, when they were going against Miami. So, it was crazy that we're on the same team now, too. I kind of took some things from him. And, now I get to work with him every day.
Now, I'm sure this is a collaboration, but is it a competition, too?
There's no competition there. There's no competition there because there's not much that Lonzo's going to be able to do to beat out Rajon in Rajon's first season there. They're going to have Lonzo coming in off the bench, and I don't think that Lonzo's going to be dominant enough over the second team of their opponents for Luke Walton to say, you know what, let's start Lonzo over Rondo. But we'll see. You never know. We'll see. But I just don't see that in this first season. But we're going to get a chance to see exactly how good or what the learning curve is for Lonzo, because once again, I do think that he's going to be on the trading block before the trading deadline. So I'm not quite sure exactly how much time they're going to give him. I think they're going to give him anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes, try to showcase him. And if he's not showing that he fits in with the LeBron system, they will trade him. Now, if he shows that he can fit in with the LeBron system, that meaning make good decisions with the second team, when he does play with the first team, he's making wide open shots, then that's going to make him a far more valuable commodity?
I mean, everybody likes to compete in here, so it's always going to be a competition. But at the end of the day, we're on the same team. We all have the same goal, so that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Speaking of this team this year, with all the new faces coming in, sometimes that's an adjustment, at least early. But what are your expectations for the year?
Like I said, that's what practice is for. You know, obviously there's going to be adjustments just because we have so many new people on the team. And, you know, the young guys are getting better and learning more. So, obviously there's going to be adjustments. But, like I said, we just got to stick together and listen to our coaches, and we should be fine.
Well, a lot depend on...
When he said we should just stick together and listen to our coaches, he's talking about LeBron James and Rajon Rondo. Because they damn sure ain't going to listen to Luke Walton. You guys didn't even listen to him last year. So I know damn well you're not going to listen to him this year.
Depend on how the young guys have improved, like you, Kuzma.
For sure. You know, we're a big part of this team. So, you know, we're not improving. The team's not going to be improving. So we got to take that upon ourselves to get better and help the team out.
35 wins last year. Would it be unrealistic to say that you guys will be firmly in playoff position, or are you just going to take that one step at a time?
No, we definitely expect to make the playoffs.
Absolutely. They must make the playoffs. If they don't make that, let me say something. If they're in the position anywhere near the All-Star break where it looks like they might not make the playoffs, they're going to try to maneuver their way into a mega trade. No doubt about it. I think that they're going to try that anyway. But definitely it's going to be imperative that they move a lot of their young pieces if after 40 games, say they're 17 and 23.
Okay, good enough. Thanks for your time, man.
Thank you, Sean. I'm with Lonzo on that. I expect them to make the playoffs as well.